Hello everyone, welcome to the Azure Developer Community session. This is at Azure Developer Community. We organize multiple events. We are in 114 plus cities, and we organize offline, online, multiple blogs, boot camps, hackathons, and multiple things. Today, we have our Azure Developer Lead, Vilsi Jain here. Uh, she is software engineer at Crosshot, and she is also Azure Developer Lead and really doing some really cool, amazing work in the field of community and Azure. So she will be teaching you or maybe guiding you around open source, helping you how you can just get started and contribute to open source. And this could be a real game changer for you because open source is where everyone is focusing right now. So stay tuned and learn the best practices of the open source with Vilsi. Over to you, Vilsi.
Thank you so much, Lakshya, for introducing. And let's take it forward. Let me present my screen. So yes, everyone. Okay, so today we have the session regarding getting started with open source, and I will be taking through the basics and like if you are a beginner and everyone can how to start with the open source and how to start contributing towards the community. So yes, so if your friends are there, just call them up. We are starting with it. If you're in any of the year, if you're even a school student, do join and let's go through the journey with the open source. Before that, like let me introduce myself. I'm currently a software engineer at CrossCert and an Azure Developer Community Lead for the Jaipur. I You can connect me with Wilsey Jane on LinkedIn, Twitter, GitHub, wherever you want. With that, I experience experiencing different open source programs, projects, and contributed to different projects with the hackathons and going for the hackathons as a participant, winning many hackathons, and going for judging and all. So today I will be sharing my experience, like how I have learned and entered to the community, and how you can also join the community and contribute a lot in open source. So yes, we all have hype now, like contributing to the open source or a project is open source, right? So what's the project open source project means or contributing to the open source means? So let's understand it in a good way. So before that, there is a quote: in real open source world, you have a right to control your own destiny. This simply means that you can do whatever you want. You can run the things how you want and at the any stage when and there is nothing like any particular requirement you need to fulfill to contribute in the open source. So this is the best thing I like even you are a student, you are a professional, you are a working somewhere or anything, you can contribute to the open source. There is nothing like any foundation. You can control it in any way and work it on any way, right? So today, what is open source? Let's go through it. So let's take in a small example. We know that about there are many open source projects, open source software, open source tools. Okay, so we can give an example: VLC player, Red Hat, Microsoft Azure, even. So these are some of the popular. We can There are many such projects which are many such software which are like everyone can contribute to that. So let's understand. So we are already using VLC. Like many of us, you have used VLC. Many of you have used Red Hat, Microsoft Azure. Now we think like if this particular software have this particular feature, then it would be good, right? This is many of us thinking. But what you think, like if you want to change something, is it important to be a software engineer at that particular company? I would say no. If the project is open source, I would say no. Like if you think like I can work on it, I can work make it better and it will be really helpful for the community, so even you can also contribute your code. So anyone is sitting from anywhere, they think like yes, I am the someone, I can help the company to change, to give a new feature or to change something which will be helping a lot of people out there. So this is something you can check out their GitHub, their project code, and you can suggest that this is a particular issue I am facing or this particular change I want, and which will be helpful for the all over the wide. So if the mentor or like who is handling that particular project on the GitHub, on the GitLab, they can check it out, and if they think like your suggestion, your issue is really important, and they can work on it. So there are two things. Like, it's not important that on every tech stack you have the command. You want some changes, but it's not important that you have that command on it, right? So, but like, we can give this feature will be helpful for everyone. So they will be, you can create a issue there, and if the maintainer is saying that it's really good, they can assign, anyone can come, like, I know about Python, so I can go and I can comment out there, like, I can help to resolve this issue, and then maintainer can assign me and I can work on it, or even you can do. So this second thing is now removed. Like, if anyone is a software engineer, only he can or she can work on it. Now anyone can work on it from anywhere, and it's not important that you should have any particular degree. So even sitting at home contributing to the particular project, you can say that I have made this change on this project. I have worked with the Red Hat software. It doesn't mean that you have particularly worked in the company. You can say you can work, you have worked on software, right? Okay. So, how to start with open source contribution? What is the need of open source? So, let's come to the what's the need of open source. Open source project, why like companies are making their softwares open so that everyone can work on it, right? So this is basically like, it will be really helpful for the company too and us too. Now we can directly give them our idea, we can tell the issue what we are facing, and even it will be easy for a company that they are the person who are the users who are using that particular software are telling about their issue, are making their project helpful, and they are making their company good. So this is something a very beneficial for company, even they are not paying to anyone and their work is done with a very good skills. Second thing, they are getting the resources, they are getting the issues what people are facing, because every software is for you, right? And if you are only telling this issue will, if it is resolved, it will be making the platform good, it will be making a help to everyone. So this is something a need of open source projects, because like, it makes a wide range, it's make a wide thing that everyone can support it, right? Finding the projects, now you will be saying, we'll see how we can find the projects. Like, I'm in this and I want to work with C++, I want to work with Java, or I want to work with Flutter machine learning, right? So, or you will have something in mind, like, we'll see, I am just a beginner, what should I do? So you are at the right place. Now I will be telling you what we need to do. Okay, so why open source we have covered, like, people from all over the world can contribute, a very good code quality is maintained, because like everyone is using that, and showcase your talent and competence. Like, you can showcase your talent to everyone, like, with the help of the GitHub, you can even show it everywhere, make it clear, like, contributing to the open source, contributing to the particular company, you are not doing any internship, or you are not doing there as in software engineer, you are just a person who have contributed to that project, right? So it will be really helpful for you, like, you can write in your resume that I have contributed to this project. You can't write it in an internship, you can just write it like, I have contributed to the particular section, and particularly it help a lot, right? Fourth thing, a leadership quality and a teamwork. This is really good, because like 1,000 of people are working on the particular project, and you are someone who is directly working with that team. So this is something good. Lifting the community, because if you have the thoughts and you are contributing to the community, it's mean you are lifting the community. Like, always remember, we rise by lifting others. It's true, right? Sixth, and the most important, which people think, like, job, you will be like, even my some of the friends, and even it helped me a lot with maintaining a good GitHub. Directly recruiters reach you, like many such company, HackerRank, they last year they approach it with the GitHub, and many remote companies are directly approaching you with the GitHub profile. So please try to maintain your profile. I would say, like, if you're not even contributing to the open source project, right, you need to make it good. You need to work on it. You need to push your projects there, showcase to the world, because showcasing to the world is not something you are showing off. It's something you are attaining your knowledge, and that thing only recruiter can catch us, right? So please try to always share your project, share your something which you have worked on, right? We have that next question, how to contribute in the open source and how to find the projects. So we have some open source program by Google and by MLH, by Cloud Native. So many companies are really supporting open source. And if you know, like even Microsoft have Azure, which is open source. So now companies are supporting to the students, to the particular professional community, like please participate in open source, because this is really good. So, like from a long back, Google is running the program, Google Summer of Code, and even yes, second thing, if you are not in the coding part, check out Google Season of Docs, because this is also like even you are good in writing skills. So participate in Google Season of Docs, because this is just for documentation and all. So they have many big companies are there, and because every company want to have their documentation correct. So like companies arrange this program and do this, right? So MLH organize their open source Gulf script summer of code is like for, you can, if you are a beginner to the mediocre, you can do participate, like most of them are selected. But in the Google summer of code, you need to apply your proposal, and it takes time. And this is a very great program with the Google, with the MLH, with outreachy program is most probably for girls only, and they open their application every year for Google summer code and everyone. So you can check that programs out there. And if you need any type of help, there are many people in the community who will be helping you with it. Correct. So what do you see, what do you use for sharing your projects? So like this is just for a beginner, if you are a beginner. So what do you use for sharing your project with the course? So let me tell you, like if you are using Instagram, WhatsApp to share your photos to share your messages, but GitLab is something where you can share your projects. Now you will be saying like, we'll see, we can share our project on the GitHub, or sorry, on the Drive or anywhere. But why GitHub only? Why GitLab only? Why, like different platforms are there? Like, but GitHub are some of the famous one, right? Okay, so let's jump to the GitHub. So this is particularly my GitHub, but what's the help of GitHub? Let's take in the short. So GitHub basically helps you, like if you have worked on any particular project 1 year before and you are working now, and you have made some of the mistakes by a chance. So now how what you will be doing to get your old code, right? So what you can do, like with the help of the GitHub, if your GitHub and that project is connected, you can check out the last work you have done. You can roll back to there, even like if it is 10 years back, 20 years back, you can just go and roll out. So this is something, a power of GitHub, which I really like. And even like if you're working on, your 6 teammates are working on a one project, you can connect that, and even everyone code updates there, so it automatically updated, right? So this is something very good. You not need to share it again and again. So companies are using it, and with the help of that, they are able to maintain it, right? Okay. So particularly GitHub, you can make your profile there, and even if you want, I can share my profile. So like last thing I told, like maintain your GitHub. So what is this? Have your good projects in it. Like even if it's a basic project, go and put there. Second thing, maintain this README, like what you have done. I think I have a bit old. No, I have updated something. So you should have a good README there out, most language used, so everyone can know which language you are working on, you what communities and everything is there. So thank you, Takir. Thank you, Mustaf, for joining us. Okay. So let's go through something. Okay, so I told like we have two things, Git and GitHub. So particularly, let's understand Git is particularly a software and GitHub is a service Now GitHub, which is acquired by Microsoft, so Microsoft, it's the GitHub is also the company of Microsoft, so it's acquired by the Microsoft. Git is a version control system, and particularly GitHub is a UI based. You can work and collaborate anywhere. So you have seen like it's an UI based, and Git is similar like Linux, where you can easily get things done, right? So with the help of Git, version is control, when it's a version control system, sorry, and we use it as a command line tool. And same with the GitHub is an GUI where you can see the interface, right? So we have in the with the help of the GitHub, we have their space to upload and everything. And with the Git, you can manage it, you can make a edits, you can upload everything, you can push your code with help of it, right? So like it can be used with a various tools locally on your computer. Like if you have your project on VS Code, do connect it with Git, do connect your Git with the GitHub, your particular repository, and with your VS Code. So your code, you automatically updates there. You make any of the changes there, you can push it to the Git. Git will automatically update on the GitHub. You not need to drop file again and again. You can directly connect your VS Code. You can connect your any of the platform, Android Studio, PHP Storm, whichever you are using on it. Correct. So what is VCS? I am telling about version control system. Version control system are a category of software that helps to record the changes to the file by keeping track. Now, what I have told you, like if you have Word today and Word 10 days back, you want to roll back there, you can easily go there. So this is something that track your modification and done the work. So this really helps a lot, because we as a software engineer or a developer, we work a lot, and many a times it happens like a big error, big issue comes there. You can fastly roll back there and your code will be done to that, right, when it was working, or you want some particular changes. So now let's jump to any particular projects, like how to find a good project. So let's go to the Google Summer of Code site, and we will be checking out GitHub to like what's about all the GitHub, how we can do it. Okay, so now we can see 2023 program. Like let's jump to the 2022 side, because we need to check out the projects, right? Like old project, last year projects. Okay, so we have view 2022 project list. If you have any doubts, you can just comment down in the chat section. I will be there to help you. Sorry, it's bit taking the time. So in every site, like even Google Summer of Code or Gus Script, we have seen the different programs, and even we have some small programs or big programs for the beginners, like Hacktoberfest, which is organized in the October month, and where like many of the projects, many contributors, many maintainers come there, and they help a lot to grow the particular open source community and open source projects. So this, it was basically for Hacktoberfest, means hacking whole month in the October. It's celebrated as a fest. So do make sure to take part in that, and many good programs like Google Summer of Code, Docs. Do check them out. I'm really sorry, like it's taking a bit time. Let me show with my project, any of the project. Okay, let's go to the Microsoft project then. Okay, so we have Microsoft Azure developer, like say Microsoft own SDK for Python. So this is particularly like, now you can see, if you check any of the project, firstly go and check out the language section. Like, is this language they are using? Like, do we know or not? Second thing, go and check out the README. Read a README very nicely, because it's written very important points regarding the community, and regarding if you need any help, how to start with the project, what languages they are using, and many things are maintained there. So if you think like you can work on this and this aligns with you, go and check with the issue, and make sure to download your code, download the code and start in your like in your PC. You can just click on code, download the zip file, or there are different methods you can do that, right? Go with the issue. Now you can like customer report it. Same I told you, like if I think that this is a particular issue which I am facing and many are facing, you can just report there, and surely maintainer will be checking it if the project is active, right? Because there are many small projects, but do check it out. Okay, so let's take any of them. Need team action, customer reported. So these are called as tags. Now you can, like if you think that in this particular issue you can work it out, you can help them out, right? So you can go there, Azure Identity Client. Now what you can do, you can leave a comment, same like a social media platform. You can leave a comment like, please can I work on this, can you assign me, and I know the skills. You can write in a very particular good manner, please don't write this, please assign me. You can showcase them like, I am working on this tech stack along, and I will be helping you to do this, right? After commenting it here, the maintainer will be assigning someone. So you, now you can see they have maintainer have assigned these two guys, right? It most probably it happens like the first come first serve. If you're first comment, you will be having a great chances to get it. Okay, so after making every changes, first for so if you're making something, first fork it. So what is forking the particular GitHub? It means you are taking that project in your GitHub. It will be not affected if you make any of the changes there. Firstly make your changes and then send a pull request here. You can click on the pull request, you will be getting a new pull request. So now this particular section, the maintainer can check it out, and if they think the changes you have done is good, then they will be taking in the main Azure SDK for the Python. And after that you will be seeing your picture, your GitHub account here. So now then you will be really happy for it. Star is simple, like same making something, you're like bookmarking something, you can say, or making something important which you can access it afterwards on your profile. And show appreciate the repository, like because appreciation is also important, and if you're starting that, anyone will be getting happy. Watch, like you can watch the repository or issue to receive the notification. Like if you click on the watch here, then it means you will be getting every notification of it, and like you have seen it, correct? Okay, so I would say the first step is go and check the languages, read a readme very carefully. Then if you think that it aligns with me, go and download the code, check it out, like are you able to set up, is it okay, everything is okay. And if you think like you have a doubt, go and report the issue first. Else if you think like you can work on it, you have no doubt, but just you want to work with the Microsoft Azure platform or VLC, Red Hat, any small project, any big project for machine learning, any project for Flutter, just go and create the issue or put a comment on the issue that I can resolve it, I can work on it. So they will be assigning you for sure. Make a changes, give a pull request, and if your pull request is merged, I would say you will be getting very happy, and you made your first open source contribution, and congrats for it. So pull request merge, you will be getting something, a notification, some green clicks, blue clicks, and you will be very happy. So if you have any question, just comment it out or just reach me with the name of Pilsi, LinkedIn, Twitter, and you can even connect with me on the GitHub. I will be helping for you to my like with the machine learning, Flutter, and any of the tech stacks. But mostly, I put my project with the machine learning and Flutter. So thank you for joining us, and hopefully the session was good and it will be really helpful for you. Thank you so much. Thank you.